From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good morning and happy Friday. We are tracking some very light snow showers this morning in the lower Columbia Basin, also in the lower Yakima Valley. This is all pretty light stuff. We're thinking most of it is probably going to dissipate within the next couple hours or so. Right now, temperatures still cold, just like they've been for all the mornings this week, as we're in the 20s up in the Cascades, 30s in the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys, 30s, 20s and 30s in the lower Columbia Basin, 20s in the foothills, and teens and 20s up in the Blues. So this isn't as cold as some of the other mornings we've had this week, but still cold out there. You'll need to bundle up. You'll probably have to break out the ice scraper as well. Fog, not really a concern this morning for lower elevations, but up towards Snoqualmie Pass, we are seeing some reductions in visibility. So another good reason to take it slow there on Interstate 90. Here's the bottom line for the forecast. By later today, I'm thinking it's mainly just going to be a few mountain snow showers left over. We're going to be cold and dry overall from Saturday through Wednesday, and then maybe our pattern flipping again by the end of next week. But I'll tell you just how cold and dry it's going to be for this weekend, and that's going to be coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, a bizarre theft where a metal slide is stolen off the property of a local business, and the owner wants it back. We hear why it has sentimental value to him. Plus an update on the Senate bill aiming to increase transparency, accountability, and oversight in Washington jails. And President Trump's executive order seeking to end birthright citizenship has been blocked. We have the details and what's next on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Friday, January 24th. Happy Friday. We're going to start your top stories off in a crime alert. The Confederated Tribes and bands of the Yakama Nation are urging people to help authorities find a suspect. Back on January 19th, just before 1 p.m., authorities say this person broke into the Yakama Nation Credit Enterprise building in Toppenish. They say the suspect broke through a window and stole multiple items. He's described as a male with the bandage around his neck, and he was carrying a backpack at the time of the crime. If you know anything about this, call the Yakama Nation Police Department. And we are learning more about the man accused of shooting at a homeowner, then later at a Pasco police officer as he tried to run away from the area. According to court documents, 37-year-old Jose Herrera was demanding the keys to the homeowner's car at gunpoint on the 6700 block of Road 36 Monday. The homeowner did not give up the keys, and that's when his dog came running at Herrera. Herrera told police that he was trying to shoot the dog but missed, just missing the homeowner's son and employee who were also on the property. Herrera told detectives he took off running towards the airport property line, and when the officer began chasing him, he felt he was being harassed and began shooting at the officer. At least one of those bullets hit the officer's patrol car, and police fired back. No one was hurt, and Herrera was later arrested after Tri-City Regional SWAT was brought in. His next court date is set for January 28th. And now to a bizarre theft. A community slide has been stolen from a local business. Now, according to the owner of Queensgate Gardens, Brian Keel, on Tuesday is when he noticed the metal slide on his property was gone. He shared the news on a Facebook post in an attempt to get it back, as it has sentimental value to him, saying his son Steven built it 3 summers ago when he was in high school and chose to pursue a career in welding because of it.
And so we decided to build a slide, and he watched YouTubes, and we got a welder, and he started teaching himself how to weld, and by the end of the summer he had built the slide. And now today he loved welding so much, he's graduated from high school and is in welding school, and hopefully going to make a career out of it.
Many shared pictures and videos of their little ones enjoying the slide, and Keel asks if anyone knows where it is to please return it, no questions asked. Keel did file a police report, but if you know anything about this, call the Richland Police Department. In fire news this morning, West Benton Fire Rescue responded to a basement fire in Prosser yesterday. This happened just before 6 a.m. in the area of Campbell Drive. Crews were called out for a smoke investigation, but when they got there, they found fire in the basement and requested more units. Firefighters made sure that no one was inside. One person was taken to the hospital as a precaution for smoke inhalation, and the cause is under investigation.
Our home.
Now around 4:15 that same morning, but in Walla Walla, another fire broke out. Crews from Walla Walla Fire Stations 1 and 2 were dispatched to the 900 block of Birch Street. The first unit found a single-family home with smoke and fire visible from the first floor. Firefighters had it under control in less than 20 minutes. Everyone inside the home was able to get out safely before crews arrived. The estimated value loss is about $150,000, and at this time, the cause is under investigation. Now, a federal judge in Seattle has temporarily blocked President Trump's executive order seeking to end birthright citizenship. The ruling was made yesterday, which came after 25 minutes of arguments between Washington state attorneys and the Department of Justice. The case was brought on by Washington and 3 other states. Washington's Attorney General Nick Brown sued the Trump administration over the order on Tuesday, along with officials in Oregon, Arizona, and Illinois. It's the first in what's sure to be a long legal fight over the order's constitutionality. And also in Washington, a bill aiming to increase transparency, accountability, and oversight in Washington jails is currently going through the Senate. SB 5005 would create a board in the governor's office which would collect data, investigate complaints, and also promote best practices. Good Morning Northwest Riley Fitzgerald tells us this bill is important to the relatives of many people who have died while incarcerated in Washington, including the cousin of a man who died in the Yakima County Jail.
My greatest fear is that what happened to my cousin will not be the last unnecessary death by a person in need of help.
Hien Hua was booked into the Yakima County Jail during a mental health crisis in November of 2023. This bill in front of the Senate concerns transparency, public safety, and independent oversight of the city, county, and regional jail system in Washington state.
Senate Bill 5005 is very personal to me because my cousin Hien Hua was killed by guards at the Yakima County Jail. Afterward, the jail and the county coroner tried to cover up Hien's killing with false reports, claiming that Hien's death was due to natural causes and then accidental. Hien had severe mental health issues that led to his incarceration and then were improperly handled by the jail.
There's a $50 million tort claim against Yakima County on behalf of his family, arguing his death was a result of a systematic failure. The bill has been introduced and is being viewed by the Senate Human Services Committee. Another family member who spoke up, a father, spoke about his son who died by suicide in April at Garfield County Jail. He claims his son's mental health crisis went unnoticed and unattended for 3 weeks.
To make things even worse, jail staff then served his dead body 2 separate meals, unaware that he had hung himself. His body was not discovered until 18 hours after death.
The bill is opposed by the Washington Association of Counties, the Washington Association of Prosecuting Attorneys, and the Washington Association of Sheriffs and Police Chiefs.
And again, the goal is to get to a yes and to find a place where we agree. When we're diametrically opposed, it's hard to bring somebody to the other side.
This bill comes back to the Senate for discussion on January 29th at 8 a.m. Reporting for Apple Valley News Now, I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
Thank you, Riley. And it must pass in both the Senate and House before going to the governor for a signature. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we have an announcement on a new Apple Valley News Now app. Stay tuned for that. But first, Josh will have your weather forecast. Keep it here. We will be right back.
This is my perfect day in Walla Walla.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
The old me was stuck in the daily grind. My routine didn't allow for any self-expression. I found clay, and that changed everything. I realized my calling was to give others the space to be creative, to build something. And that's how Clayton was born. Having a Chase Ink card has allowed us to grow it and bring people together. There's a creative side in all of us. That's what I hope people come here to find.
Earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials with the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
At Fred's, not only do we guarantee the best prices, we prove it. Our live price card keeps things transparent, showing you real-time prices. No gimmicks, just the best prices on in-stock, get-it-today inventory. And when it comes to beating the big box stores, our prices aren't just competitive, they're unbeatable. Check out how we stack up. Whether it's this amazing new fridge or this energy-efficient dishwasher, Fred's prices are always the best. At Fred's, we sell appliances, only appliances.
For the greatest selection at the lowest prices, come to Cost Less Carpet.
As a general contractor, I bring my clients to Cost Less Carpet so they can see every option.
Everything I need is always in stock.
If it's trendy or new, I'm sure you'll find it here.
And their team of designers are so fun to work with.
It really is worth the experience.
I can find everything for my home or my client's home. No problem.
Shopping here is an awesome experience.
Cost Less Carpet, where inspiration and ideas happen.
This is my perfect day in Walla Walla.
Tonight, the 2020 true crime. They were living the high life, but it was all about to come crashing down.
Everybody thought car bombing has to be a mob hit.
Inside a murder mystery as it unravels. The new 2020 tonight on ABC.
Stacy Lee, KEPKView First Alert Weather. Watch weeknights. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on that temperature tour for this morning as we're in the 20s and 30s in Kittitas County, right at 30 in Ellensburg, 29 for Cle Elum, and then in the Yakima Valley, also upper 20s to low 30s, 31 for Sunnyside, 25 in Toppenish, right at 30 for both Union Gap and Yakima. Then in the lower Columbia Basin, kind of temperatures around the same clip, 31 for the Tri-Cities, 29 in Mesa, 31 in Hermiston, and then we are consistently in the 20s for the Blue Foothills and the Blue Mountains, upper 20s, well, it's more like mid to upper 20s, 27 for Walla Walla, 29 for Pilot Rock, of course a little bit colder up in the higher terrain, 20 for Ukiah, 24 degrees for Cabbage Hill. Okay, here's your day planner for today for lower elevations. More sunshine as opposed to yesterday, but still cold. Starting off this morning like you just saw in the teens and 20s, up into the 30s and 40s by lunchtime, still in the 30s and 40s by 4 p.m. So for today, highs that'll still be, you know, a few degrees below average for this time of the year, but overall mostly seasonal, plenty of sunshine. And we'll have more weather just like this as we head into the weekend, but our pattern might be flipping for next week. I'll tell you when we can maybe expect that, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. And before we head to break, we have an announcement to share, an exciting one.
Yes, it's the all-new Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app for your phone and tablet. You can customize forecasts, save favorite cities, see sky cams, and traffic cams.
And you can also get school closure updates as well as road conditions and radar. And if you set up push alerts, you'll get this as soon as that news breaks.
You can download it right now by simply typing Apple Valley News Now Weather. It's free in the App Store and Google Play.
And who doesn't love free? And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, federal officials have confirmed that 500 undocumented migrants were arrested yesterday alone. This comes as President Trump's executive order on birthright citizenship faces a major setback. We have the latest in just a few minutes.
At US Cellular, you don't have to choose between a great phone and the right phone plan for you. You can get 4 free phones of your choice and 4 lines for just $90.
That's like us not having to choose between tickets to wrestling or that puppet musical.
Because you get both.
US Cellular, built for us.
Step into the Prosser House, where great food meets comfortable atmosphere. We invite you to relax in our cozy space. From classic dishes to chef-inspired creations, and now we're raising the bar, literally. With our newly renovated bar, we're serving up crafted cocktails, your favorite local brews, and award-winning wines. Plus, we're proud to announce that the Prosser House is your restaurant showdown champion. Special night out or just a break from cooking, experience the award-winning difference at the Prosser House.
Kick off the new year with a great deal from Overturf Kia.
Check out the sporty, fuel-efficient, and fun to drive Kia K4. A new 2025 Kia K4 LXS starts at just $23,459. Plus, get 3.99% interest for 60 months. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge on Columbia Drive in Kennewick.
Hey Raptors, we want to rent these 2 chairs for the winter. We're kind of out on being cold this year.
Glad you dig it here, but this really isn't a vacation rental sort of place.
We hear ya, but what if we put on Raptor suits and then suddenly there are 4 of us? Yeah, we'll be your nieces, Layla and Kinley. I'm Kinley, the Raptor, and I love burgers.
I love it!
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including bowling, a ropes course, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Not so sure we're gonna pull this off.
Come discover our hand-picked collections at D-Lynn's Boutique. Whether you're shopping for a cozy weekend getaway or a special night out, D-Lynn's Boutique has everything you need to shine this winter. Visit us in-store or online and let us help you wrap the season in style.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's nationwide 5G coverage for free?
Here we go.
Hey, I wonder if U.S. Cellular lets me stream in my... Yep, it's working.
Download the U.S. Cellular Tri-S app today.
Hello there, watch live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekday mornings at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We're still tracking some snow showers, mostly now in the Yakima Valley at this point. We've been looking at our sky cams in the Yakima Valley very closely, not seeing anything making it to the ground yet. But if you are, definitely send us a message over social media or send us an email to the weather account. Okay, let's track snow chances for the rest of today, and we could have a few leftover snow showers that could be possible for I-90 and Oregon 204 from 7 this morning to 10 this morning, and for U.S. Highway 12 through 4 p.m. But otherwise, it should be a fairly dry day. Okay, so for today, it's going to be cold out there once again, mostly seasonal, if not a few degrees below average for this time of the year. So 30s and 40s across the map, more sunshine as opposed to yesterday, and winds gusting out of the north upwards of 20-ish miles per hour for the Cascades and for the Blues. And then for tonight, clear skies and cold overnight lows and light winds, but we'll all be down into the upper teens to low 20s. So once again, all of us are going to have to protect the outdoor pets, the plants, and the plumbing. High temperatures staying mostly seasonal, if not a few degrees below average for the next 7 days. So it's going to be a cold forecast, and it's going to be a dry forecast. Although it does look like precip chances going to go back up into the end of next week. Hopefully that pattern and that trend will continue because we're starting to run some rainfall deficits now. The snowpack not as impressive up in the mountains as it was just a few weeks back, so we definitely need to start running up those numbers again. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Cold with sunshine for Sunday through Wednesday, then clouds build up for Thursday. In Yakima, brisk and dry for Sunday through Wednesday. Small rain chances return for Thursday. In Ellensburg, sunny, cold, and dry through midweek next week, but tracking the chance for a wintry mix late in the week. And then for Hermiston, cold and bright through Wednesday, then clouds become a bit more prevalent by Thursday. And finally, for Walla Walla, sunny and chilly for the weekend and much of next week, then small rain chances return for the end of the week.
Thank you, Josh. Turning to your political headlines this morning, we're talking about President Trump's immigration crackdown. Some big city mayors are protesting new arrests that were carried out in recent hours. The arrests coming as President Trump's executive order on birthright citizenship faces a major setback. ABC's Perry Russum has more.
This morning, federal authorities confirmed the arrests of more than 500 undocumented migrants yesterday alone. Agents seen taking people into custody in multiple cities, including New York and Boston.
I wouldn't describe them as raids. It seems to be is what we expected.
and what I support, which is the apprehension of criminals in our communities.
Sources say those operations have been routine. Most of the arrests appear to be suspected criminals. But in Newark, New Jersey, the mayor says agents detained multiple people at a restaurant without a warrant, including U.S. citizens and a military veteran. The restaurant owner claims agents took 3 employees into custody after they were unable to show documentation.
I feel that we have to be a country with law, but go after bad people, not working people. These are family people. These are people that show up to work every day.
New signs of President Trump's immigration crackdown are appearing along the southern border. 2 Osprey helicopters landing near the border of Tijuana and San Diego. On board, some of the 1,500 troops deployed this week.
So these trucks right here and those 2 helicopters that are landing as we speak, they're bringing supplies as a part of the very first steps of this deployment of the U.S. military down here to the U.S.-Mexico border.
One of Trump's executive orders already suffering a setback. A federal judge temporarily blocking Trump's order seeking to end birthright citizenship. The judge appointed by President Ronald Reagan calling Trump's order blatantly unconstitutional. Another hearing is scheduled in 2 weeks.
Obviously, we'll appeal it.
Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
And the White House has also shut down processing centers in Central and South America where migrants could apply to come to the U.S. legally. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, the Academy Award nominations have finally been released, and this comes after delays caused by the California wildfires. Josh and I will go over the nominees after the break.
Kick off the new year. Kick off the new year with a great deal from Overturf Kia. The new 2025 Kia Sportage gives you 3 great ways to save fuel. Available with a fuel-efficient gas engine, a gas-electric hybrid, or as a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. A new 2025 Kia Sportage LX Hybrid with all-wheel drive starts at just $32,335. Plus, get 5.99% interest for 72 months. Overturf Kia in Kennewick.
For the greatest selection at the lowest prices, come to Cost Less Carpet.
As a general contractor, I bring my clients to Cost Less Carpet so they can see every option.
Everything I need is always in stock.
If it's trendy or new, I'm sure you'll find it here.
And their team of designers are so fun to work with.
It really is worth the experience.
I can find everything for my home or my client's home. No problem.
Shopping here is an awesome experience.
Cost Less Carpet, where inspiration and ideas happen.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, West Richland, Hermiston, Road 68 in Pasco, and at the new location on West Court Street in Pasco. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. at all 6 locations. Get the lowest prices on the largest selection of vape mods, classic to tropical vape flavors, batteries, cigars, tobacco products, kratom, and specialty products too. Don't waste time in other places. Go to Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Kittitas Valley Healthcare is your trusted home for health, offering expert orthopedic care for your family. With over 55 years of combined experience, our team uses state-of-the-art equipment to improve surgical outcomes and provide compassionate, patient-centered care. We're committed to making your experience comfortable and efficient, so you can stay active and healthy. Learn more and schedule a consultation through our website at kvhealthcare.org. Your home for health.
At McCurley Subaru, your way home starts with the adventure-ready 2025 Subaru Forester with all-new styling from the ground up. Built for life in the Tri-Cities and wherever the road takes you, the Forester is perfect for everything, from quick trips to the farmer's market to weekend escapes into the mountains. Its all-wheel drive and generous ground clearance tackle every twist and turn, while the spacious interior has room for family, friends, and all your gear. Save on a new Subaru Forester today from McCurley Subaru.
A midday hockey showdown on MeTV, Kraken Penguins, Saturday at 12:30.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In entertainment news, a special guest has been added to the Super Bowl 59 halftime show that Kendrick Lamar is set to headline next month.
Thursday, Lamar announced on social media that singer and songwriter SZA will join him on stage. It comes after news last month that Lamar and SZA would be going on tour together in April.
And the Super Bowl will air from the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans on Sunday, February 9th. And that's great news for us because we're fans of both of them, aren't we?
Yes.
Bigger fan of Drake, though. Just kidding, I had to throw that in there. Well, a decades-old Tina Turner song thought to be lost has been rediscovered. The song, called Hot For You Baby, was originally recorded for Turner's hit 1980s album Private Dancer.
It was played for the first time Thursday when it was featured on BBC Radio. Hot For You Baby was written by Australian musicians George Young and Harry Vonda and recorded at Capitol Studios in Hollywood.
It's unclear how the song became lost. The song will be included in a special Private Dancer anniversary album that's slated for release in March.
Turner died in May of 2023 at the age of 83 at her home in Switzerland.
And now nominations for the 97th Academy Awards are finally out, and this comes after delays from the LA wildfires.
Bowen Yang and Rachel Sennott revealed the nominees for the film industry's top prize.
It was a big morning for Emilia Perez, which leads with 13 nominations.
The Brutalist and the movie musical Jessica's Favorite, Wicked, have 10 nominations each.
And the Oscars are scheduled to air on ABC on March 2nd. Conan O'Brien is set to host the ceremony.
Another major award show, the Grammys, announced it would proceed as planned February 2nd. Recording Academy officials said the show is being revised to put a focus on wildfire first responders and giving the relief effort.
And I just want Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo to get all the awards. I also want Demi Moore to win for The Substance. Such good movies last year. Do you have a favorite from last year?
I'm not made for this segment because I just have not seen a lot of movies. I'm just gonna have to come over
one day and like force you to watch all these movies.
Pry my eyes open.
I'll tape them open. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest at 5:30, the Yakima RV Show is in town, and the space it's held in has had major upgrades, and more upgrades are still on the way. We have the details coming up in just a few minutes.
Plus, I'll have your 3-degree guarantee results, but first, let's check out those Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Google's new Android security feature, Identity Check, is meant to prevent phone thieves from accessing your digital accounts by requiring biometric authentication when you're not in a familiar place like home or work. Next, the website Substack has come up with a $20 million plan to lure former TikTokers. The company says it's promising content creators they won't lose any revenue if they come on board. It also says it will provide strategic and business support and early access to new features. Finally, people are selling their used iPhones for $3,000 and more if they still have TikTok on them. Some people deleted the app when it went dark last weekend, believing it was gone for good. It was restored, but it's still not available in app stores. President Trump is hoping to strike a deal soon to keep TikTok alive. Now, I bought a used laptop for a fraction of the cost in great condition. It's immaculate. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
I'm an overpowered leaf blower, and I'm not exactly street legal.
And if you don't have the right auto coverage, this could really blow your budget. So get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Speak now or forever hold your...
Only took 4-hour cough liquid? Unlike Robitussin DM, Delsum Liquid offers 12 hours of cough relief all day or night. Delsum, cough crisis averted.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad.
Hey, watch it.
It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex, this contours to it. So the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke. For the ultimate Gillette shaving experience.
The best a man can get
is Gillette Labs.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, Josh, how are you doing with that 3-degree guarantee? Jackpot going up or someone winning?
I lost yesterday, which means someone wins. So good for them, right? Yeah, my ego's a little hurt, but anyway, yeah, I went with forecast high 38 yesterday in Pasco, and the actual high verified at 43 degrees, so outside of the 3-degree threshold, which means that Lydia Otero won the $75 jackpot. So congratulations to Lydia. That means that the current jackpot is $0 bucks for today. So my forecast high 42 degrees in Pasco. You know, if it verifies between 39 to 45 degrees, that means that the jackpot's going to go up to 25 bucks. But if my forecast is wrong, well, too bad, so sad, because no one's winning anything because the jackpot is at a big old goose egg. Okay, right now you're taking a look at First Alert radar. We're just seeing some light snow showers in the Yakima Valley. Not sure how much of this is actually making it down to the ground, but if you're seeing that visually, send us a picture and send that. You would probably have to send that to weather@applevalleyNewsNow.com. Also, you can find us on all sorts of social media sites. Temperatures this morning cold, but not as cold as what we've been tracking for some of the other mornings this week, as we're just down into the 20s up in the Cascades, 30s for the valleys, 20s and 30s for the basin, 20s for the foothills, and 20s for the blues. All of us need to bundle up, and I'm thinking probably most of us would have to break out the ice scraper as well. Visibility, good for lower elevations, but up towards Snoqualmie Pass and in the Cascades, we are seeing some low-lying clouds. Just something to take note of if you're going to travel over our Cascade passes for this morning. Here's your co-cast for today, just like it's been all week. I'm personally going with a heavy jacket all throughout the day, as we're going to be a little bit warmer for today, up into the 40s, but still technically below average for this time of the year. The saving grace, plenty of sunshine. I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of this Friday forecast, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. In continuing coverage this morning on the case of Bryan Kohberger, the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students, he returned to court yesterday. This is his first court appearance of the year, set in a Boise, Idaho courtroom. It's part of a 2-day hearing regarding DNA evidence, the judge hearing arguments on investigative genetic genealogy potentially being admitted at trial. Kohberger has not appeared in court since November 7th. His trial is still scheduled for August of this year. Vanessa Waldriff will no longer serve as the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Washington by the end of next week. This is a presidential appointed position with a 4-year term. Waldriff says her proudest accomplishments are establishing the Richland Branch Office for Law Enforcement Efforts and ramping up efforts in addressing the crisis of missing and murdered Indigenous people. Not to mention teaming up with local law enforcement for a large-scale drug cartel takedown, which resulted in 40 arrests.
So that's a type of model that I think is a great way for our office to really partner with wonderful local law enforcement resources for the strongest public safety results for the community.
She says she's also proud of her efforts in fighting domestic violence at the local level, and she plans on spending more time with her children and exploring new ways in serving Eastern Washington. In Yakima now, the National RV Show is featuring more than 100 RV models at the Sundome this weekend. They'll be showcasing the latest RV models, and our very own Emily Goodell tells us State Fair Park is investing in renovations they hope will attract more RV-centered events.
The Fairgrounds wants to make better use of its underutilized RV park, especially outside of fair season, and that means expanding their offerings.
In Yakima County, we got to think outside of the box. We got to attract things that bring additional economic input, and this is one strategy that we're deploying.
The county already investing $2 million in economic development funding to help with phase 1 of renovating the underutilized RV park at the fairgrounds.
We completed the renovation just in time for fair last year, and that now has 168 RV spots. Why we're excited about that is we were able to add 50 amp power and water and sewer just about to every one of those spots.
The goal to make use of the space outside of fair season and attract large RV rallies and conventions. The fairgrounds currently hosting the National RV Show in the Sundome.
The RV Show this year is really special. We have some great stuff from the banks, low rates, 120 a day, so your first payment, a lot of good stuff like that. And then we got giving away a free Blackstone or Yeti with every purchase. And we have over 100 RVs inside and out, most of them inside where it's nice and warm and you can look at everything.
The county now contracting with HLA Engineering and Land Surveying to design phase 2, expanding the RV park into the adjacent field and upping capacity to almost 300 spaces.
It's going to be a new revenue stream for the fairgrounds, but it's also going to bring brand new economic impact to our community. So these folks coming from all over the country in their RVs to come and take, advantage of all of our wineries and breweries and all of our outdoor activities are going to be spending money in our community. So we're very excited about this project. project.
The National RV Show has free parking and admission, and it's open every day from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. through Monday. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Emily. And also this weekend is the 35th annual Tri-City Sportsman Show. It's taking place at the Hapo Center in Pasco, and the event starts today and goes through Sunday. Adult entrance fee will be $12, children 6 to 7 is $7, and children under 6 are free. There will be over 50 booths, and we spoke to one of the vendor booths who says he started attending in 2017, and he has yet to miss a year. And that is not, we're having some technical difficulties with that, but there will also be a chance for you to see a live tiger at the event. And if that sounds like fun to you, again, it starts today at the Hapo Center. And then coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, more fires have sprouted in California. We have how many, where, and what the containment levels are at. After the break, stay with us.
Stacy Lee, KFKView First Alert Weather. Watch weeknights.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
Valentine's Day at the Country Mercantile is where passion meets perfection in every handcrafted delight. Our master chocolatiers create gourmet chocolates, chocolate-dipped strawberries, and delicious works of art, each piece a testament to timeless elegance. From balloons, local ciders, and fresh flowers to carefully curated gift baskets, every gift is a masterpiece, designed to speak the language of love. Make this Valentine's Day extraordinary. Explore our collection in store or online at countrymercantile.com.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Find your next way to escape. Go where the adventure awaits you, in the heart of Washington State. Kittitas County is a land of 1,000 journeys. No matter what your heart desires, you can find it waiting for you in the outdoors of Central Washington. See all that you can see, and more will be just around the corner. Whether you're in Central Washington for one of our area's many local events, an historical expedition, a shopping spree, to enjoy a weekend of wine tasting, or just for a night's rest on your way to another destination, there are great Central Washington stays standing by to welcome you. Can you hear it? That's the vineyards of Central Washington. With a vintage for every taste, you're bound to find your new favorite. Meet the makers and hear the stories of how some of the greatest wine in the PNW came to be. To begin your experience, visit centralwashingtonoutdoor.com. Adventures, activities, dining, lodging, and more. It's all just around the corner in Central Washington.
Alice's birthday is coming up. We're in this comfy room in Triple Play Hotel so we can make plans without her hearing.
So we need a huge cake, a giant salad, and a good-sized mariachi band. Hold on a second. Does it seem a little dark in here for 2 p.m.?
Sorry, guys. Where I'm from, they didn't do birthdays. It's very exciting.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including bowling, a ropes course, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
She's the New York Times #1 best-selling author. And this morning on GMA, the wait is over. Rebecca Yarros is live. Her first TV interview anywhere about her new book millions of fans have been waiting for. What will she reveal? Don't miss Rebecca Yarros this morning on Good Morning America.
I'm 100% ready to fall in love.
He's perfect. It's sinking in that these other girls are dating my boyfriend.
You act like you don't care.
He knows how I feel.
I did not know how hard this was going to be.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Excuse me. Frog in my throat. Let's go ahead and talk about your ski report brought to you by Schweitzer Village. And of course, we're going to start off at Schweitzer where the base depth is at 60 inches. This was up around 80 inches just a few weeks back. And then for Ski Bluewood, we're down to 50 inches. And then for White Pass, we're going to split the difference between Ski Bluewood and Schweitzer's. The base depth is at 55 inches. So really just underscores the amount of snow that we haven't had over the past few weeks. On to your zone-by-zone forecast for today. We're going to start off in Kittitas County. These highs getting up into the 30s and 40s. Will be a little bit breezy winds gusting out of the north and east upwards of 20 miles per hour for Blewett Pass in particular off of US 97. But a bright and sunny day. It's going to be the same thing in the Yakima Valley. Mostly sunny, highs getting into the low 40s. Light winds overall here, and it's also going to be some light winds in the lower Columbia Basin. Plenty of sunshine. These highs getting up into the 30s and 40s. Then for the Blue Foothills, highs getting up into the 30s. It's going to be more like 20s and 30s for the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. And also we'll see winds gusting out of the north, but more of a northwesterly component, specifically towards Tollgate, gusting up around 20 miles per hour. We'll have similar forecasts as we head into this weekend, and then maybe our pattern, just maybe, it flips as we head into next week. I'll tell you when we're maybe expecting that flip, and that will be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. We go now to an update on the LA County wildfires. The Hughes Fire has burned through more than 10,000 acres since it began less than 48 hours ago. As of Thursday evening, it was 36% contained, and that's according to CAL FIRE. Also, more than 14,000 structures are threatened. Over 16,000 residents were under evacuation orders yesterday, while over 38,000 were under evacuation warnings from the Hughes Fire. And 2 new fires were reported in San Diego County. That's the Gilman and Border 2 fires. The Border 2 fire is spreading near the U.S.-Mexico border at a moderate rate, according to CAL FIRE. Now, the Border 2 fire doubled in acreage last night, spreading across 300 acres to 600 in about an hour. There are currently no threats to civilians, though CAL FIRE declared that the fire is a threat to critical communication infrastructure. Also, California Governor Gavin Newsom signed legislation yesterday directing $2.5 billion in aid for the LA area. And a new twist this morning in the fight over airline fees, which have soared to new heights. Members of Congress are now demanding an explanation from 2 budget carriers. ABC's Andrea Fujii has the details.
This morning, as analysts warn about airfares rising in the coming months by an average of nearly 20%, a bipartisan group of senators is demanding to know if airlines are charging you more for a ticket depending on your zip code. The senators writing a letter to the CEOs of budget carriers Spirit and Frontier Airlines, asking them to explain their apparent practice of using customers' personal information to charge different seat fees to passengers on the same flight. Adding, your lack of transparency raises concerns that your airlines use customers' personal information to manipulate seat pricing. The letter follows a contentious hearing on Capitol Hill last month.
They feel, with more than understandable justification, that they are piggy banks to be shaken down by these skyrocketing fees.
You just say, you want to pick a seat, we're just going to charge you some random amount more.
Executives rebutting those claims.
Optional services, by definition, are not so-called junk fees, as optional services are not required to travel.
Meanwhile, Spirit Airlines is addressing a different issue, what passengers can and cannot wear on a flight. Spirit is officially banning what it calls lewd and offensive clothing and body art, including see-through clothing, exposed breasts, buttocks, or other private parts.
And the senators want Spirit and Frontier to end the practice of collecting personal information before showing fees. They've asked the airlines to respond to their letter by February 25th. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, sellers on eBay are selling phones for thousands of dollars. But why so high? Well, these phones have the app TikTok installed. We have more on this story coming up in your morning sprint. But first, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert will have your full weather forecast.
Bathfitter showers have got people talking. Our wide selection of showers means it's exactly what we wanted. Seamless and watertight walls are much easier to clean than tiles and grout. And they stay in excellent shape. Every Bathfitter shower is backed by a lifetime warranty. And with thousands of 5-star reviews, the experience exceeds expectations. It's no wonder millions of Bathfitter customers love their new shower. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Looking for the perfect spot to relax? Welcome to Hoops, your new favorite restaurant and bar, where the vibe is clean, the food is delicious, and the staff always friendly. Whether you're in for a night of trivia, a round of pool, darts, dancing, pull tabs, or karaoke, Hoops has it all. Great food, great people, Hoops, where every night is a great experience. Hoops Bar. Stop by today for your next great night out.
Wait, this gorgeous piece of love seat is on sale too.
Yeah, at Furniture Row, every sofa, sectional, and recliner's on sale.
Epic sell-off! Woo! Also this table with the beautiful finish.
On sale, along with every dining group, chair, bar stool.
Epic sell-off! Woohoo! Let me guess, this bed, dresser, mattress, even the pillow, all on sale.
Now you got it. Or score 60 months, no interest.
Epic sell-off! Woo!
But hurry, the epic sell-off at Furniture Row ends soon.
For over 49 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today at our brand new location on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
Hit by a big truck in bad weather? There's a law that says truck drivers have a legal duty to use extreme caution when driving in hazardous conditions. Knowing these laws sets my truck wreck team apart. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the Big Truck Heavy Hitter. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Hit by a big truck, our team knows truck wrecks and how to win for you. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the Big Truck Heavy Hitter.
The Heavy Hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Young Sheldon, tonight at 11:05 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We are seeing some very light snow showers in the Yakima Valley. We're not really even sure how much of this is actually making it down to the ground. So if you could be our eyes on the ground for us as we've been checking our sky cams, but if you are seeing snowflakes making it down to the valley floor, send us a picture or send us an email to weather@applevalleyNewsNow.com. Okay, let's time out these snow chances for the rest of today. We'll have a few leftover snow showers possible for I-90 and Oregon 204 from 7 to 10 this morning and for US 12 through 4 p.m. Otherwise, it should be a fairly dry day. So for today, highs are going to be pretty seasonal, if not a few degrees below average for this time of the year. More sunshine as opposed to yesterday, and winds gusting out of the north upwards of about 20 miles per hour for the mountain ranges, but light winds for lower elevations. And then for tonight, overnight lows dropping off into the upper teens to low 20s. So all of us, once again, going to have to protect the outdoor pets, the plants, and the plumbing. Highs are going to stay mostly seasonal, if not a few degrees below average for the next 7 days. So it's going to be a cold forecast. Also, it is going to be a dry forecast. Now, it does look as if rain chance is going to start to go up into the end of next week, and early indications are that maybe our pattern could be flipping and turning into more of a wet one as we head into next weekend and then into the week after that. We'll see how that pans out, but we certainly do need the rainfall, and our mountains are starting to need the snowfall at this point as well. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Cold with sunshine for Sunday through Wednesday. Clouds building up for Thursday. In Yakima, brisk and dry for Sunday through Wednesday. Small rain chances return for Thursday. In Ellensburg, sunny, cold, and dry through midweek next week, but tracking the chance for a wintry mix late in the week. For Hermiston, cold and bright through Wednesday, then clouds become a bit more prevalent by Thursday. Then for Walla Walla, sunny and chilly for the weekend and much of next week, and small rain chances return for the end of the week.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is now 5:48. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour. First up, here are the 5 local stories that you need to know this morning. The Yakima Nation Tribal Police Department needs your help finding a suspect. Officials say this person broke into the Yakima Nation Credit Enterprise building in Toppenish and stole several items. This happened on January 19th, just before 1 p.m. He's described as a male with a bandage around his neck, and he was seen carrying a backpack at the time of the crime. If you know anything, call police. A community slide has been stolen from a local business and the owner wants it back. Brian Keel, the owner of Queensgate Gardens, says he noticed on Tuesday that his metal slide was gone. He says it has sentimental value to him because his son built it and chose a career in welding because of it. He urges whoever has it to please return it, no questions asked, and if you know anything about this, you can contact Richland PD. Bryan Kohberger, the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students, returned to court yesterday and will appear again later today. It's a 2-day hearing regarding DNA evidence, specifically about potential investigative genetic genealogy. His trial is still scheduled for August of this year. And this weekend, State Fair Park is hosting the National RV Show. Renovations were made to the RV park as it now has 168 spaces with access to 50 amp power, water, and a sewer system. The renovations are to target the RV market and bring new visitors as well as revenue to the Yakima Valley. The RV Show is open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. today through Monday, and there is free parking and admission. Also this weekend is the 35th annual Tri-City Sportsman Show at the Hapo Center in Pasco. It starts today and goes through Sunday. An adult entrance fee will be $12, children $7, and children under 6 are free. There will be over 50 booths, and there's a chance that you can see a live tiger at the event. And before we head to our national news, it's the all-new Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app. It's for your phone and tablet. You can customize forecasts, save favorite cities, see sky cams and traffic cams, get school closure, road conditions, and radar updates, and you can set up push alerts. You can download it now by simply typing in Apple Valley News Now Weather. It is free in the App Store and Google Play. Now to your national headlines. A federal judge in Seattle is temporarily blocking President Trump's executive order seeking to end birthright citizenship. The case was brought by 4 states, including Washington, and is the first in what's sure to be a long legal fight. The decision came after 25 minutes of arguments between attorneys for the Washington state and the Department of Justice. And President Trump signed an executive order declassifying the remaining files related to the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The order states that the King and Kennedy families, as well as the American people, deserve transparency and truth. National security advisors will need to present a plan on the complete release of documents related to the JFK assassination within 15 days. And the timeline is 45 days for the RFK and MLK files. United Healthcare has named a new CEO, Tim Knoll. Now, this follows the murder of Brian Thompson in December. Knoll is moving up from heading the company's Medicare and Retirement division. Meanwhile, the suspect, Luigi Mangione, is facing murder and terror charges in Thompson's killing. He has pleaded not guilty, and his next court date is about a month from now. And eBay sellers have a new hot commodity, phones with TikTok installed. Now, TikTok was removed from app stores on Saturday because of the federal ban. President Trump signed an executive order delaying the ban for 75 days. While the app is still available to people who already have it downloaded, it remains missing from app stores. Thousands of eBay sellers are taking advantage of that, and listings range from hundreds to thousands of dollars. And thousands of space heaters sold on Amazon have been recalled due to a risk of fire and electric shock. It's for about 8,000 Vornado brand VH2 whole room heaters, and with date codes of July or August 2024. Now, these sold for about $90 on Amazon between August and October 2024, and the CPSC says the device's power cord can partially detach from the heater. Now, you should stop using the heaters and contact the company for a free replacement. Spirit Airlines is making some changes to its passengers' dress code policy. Upon making a reservation, guests agree to a contract of carriage, and it has been updated. Certain clothing and tattoos will no longer be allowed on board. The examples cited are see-through clothing and exposed private parts, also no lewd, obscene, or offensive clothing or body art, and if you don't comply, you may be denied boarding or removed from flights. The policy comes after 2 women were kicked off a Spirit flight for wearing crop tops. President Trump has pardoned anti-abortion activists who were convicted of blocking access to and temporarily shutting down clinics. The activists who received pardons were convicted of a 1994 law designed to protect abortion clinics from threats and disruption. Today, Trump is set to address the annual March for Life in a pre-taped video. In sports news, the Washington Capitals beat the Seattle Kraken 3-0 last night for their 6th straight victory. Next up for the Kraken, they take on the Pittsburgh Penguins. That's tomorrow at Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle. And the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs face off this Sunday in the AFC Championship game. And there is a bar in Buffalo, New York, one which happens to root for the opposing team that's welcoming fans of both. The owner, a Chiefs fan, hosts members of Chiefs Kingdom every NFL weekend, but the bar has been split after what he calls the rivalry of a generation. So now they cater to fans of both, since the rival teams have competed a total of 10 times. The bar owner calls it the wildest day in the city every year. Trending now, they say a picture's worth 1,000 words, but not when you ordered a drill.
Well, Sylvester Franklin, a man in Georgia, is calling attention to scams online after ordering a drill from the website AliExpress, after only receiving a printed picture of the drill.
A printed picture. So AliExpress is a company and it's a subsidiary of Alibaba, which is referenced as the Amazon of China.
This man has been through it, as he says he also ordered a pressure washer, but when the package came, it was one screw.
A single screw. Okay, so Franklin says he's been going back and forth with the website since ordering the items, but he still has not received a refund.
Many others have been posting online to social media dealing with similar situations.
Back in 2021, AliExpress was added to a U.S. list of notorious markets for counterfeiting and piracy.
The business also has a D rating from the Better Business Bureau, and in 2024, the state of Georgia's Consumer Protection Division received 3 complaints against the company.
In all 3 instances, the shoppers said they tried to get their money back, but none did until they reported their stories to the CPD. And I've been seeing more people posting about their purchases where it looks like something online and they get it and it's like 10 times smaller. There's people that order clothes and they come in the mail. It's like baby's clothing. It's fun, or a doll's clothing.
I don't like people getting scammed, but there's a little bit of comedic value in just getting the picture of the drill.
He just holds up the screw and he's like, this what I got.
Yeah, that's tough.
And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, airline fees have soared to new heights, and members of Congress are demanding answers on why from 2 specific airlines. We have the story coming up in our 6 o'clock hour.
And also, it is cold. Once again, no surprise there, so I'll tell you just how cold, and that's going to be coming up at 6.